That you can see kind of off there through the trees. You see it kind of, the dirt's all mounded up back in there. And that was a large landfill back in the 60s and into the 70s. And I believe it was a Superfund site. I know it contaminated everybody's water out here. You can see it's all fenced off. They had to bring out city services out here with water and everything. You can see the fire hydrant right here. All right, people's wells are all contaminated. Let's see what this says. There's something right here on the entrance. There's a monument right here. It says this property depicted on this marker is a former municipal solid waste landfill known as a West KL landfill site. Let's see here. The environmental remediation measures completed at the site include it looks like an impermeable cap, gas collection system, access roads, surface water control structures, perimeter fence, and environmental monitoring systems. The following activities are prohibited in the site shown in the map. Otherwise, in accordance with declared deed restrictions order, Kalamazoo County Register of Deeds and all that. Oh boy. You can't take any groundwater out. You can't go back in there. Digging or excavating or drilling, no. Developing or construction, no. And there's additional restrictions, and there she is right there. And here be the fence. Yep, this used to be the dump back when I was a kid. Gonna go out to the dump. There was another one closer into town, but this was the dump. This is where they brought all the stuff out here, chemical waste, plating solutions by the tank truck full, and just dumped it down here in the like a little valley that they were trying to fill up. Be right back. Yeah, I went to school with a guy and worked with a guy. Two different people that run bulldozers out here back in the day. And they used to tell me about the plating solution tank truck that would pull up in there and just open up the valve and dump the plating solution right into the ground, and it would like pool up. And then during the day, as he was driving that bulldozer, he said that the treads, the metal treads on the bulldozer running through that chemical would copper plate them. They'd turn copper color. Yeah. Yep. It went on for years. Be right back. Well, when the EPA started filling out forms, and I say filling out, looking at forms that companies and everyone, and including just, you know, your average citizen, and take stuff to the dump, but companies had forms that they filled out. They had a dump card, and every time you went to the dump, you used your dump card, and so they knew who was in there and who was not. And so there were larger companies in the area that got huge fines, cleanup costs, and there were some that got very little ones. The company I worked for, all that we brought out there, boy, there's some trees that have been cut down right here. Must have fell across the road, that wind. But all the company I worked for that brought out there was wooden pallets, and there was some container cardboard, but there was nothing else. There's no metal or anything else. We recycled that. We didn't have any chemicals or any motor oil or any junk like that. And so when they looked at all the people and what they had and brought out there, we got a clean bill of health. Company I worked for. Yep, there's no problems. But things like a Little League, I'm not going to mention the neighborhood, but a very, very well-known Little League in the Kalamazoo area would paint their grandstands and bleachers, so forth, green about every other year. And the old paint cans and stuff, they would bring down there and throw in the dump. And I can remember the Little League being on that contaminated waste cleanup thing. I think they had to send $180 or something in. It was their contribution to cleaning up the landfill. Might have been a little more than that, but that was back in the day for sure. Quite a little spot right here we're at. We're on Almena Drive. Gonna be taking this here to the west. Little cemetery right there. We're gonna take a look at one of these days and check out the home right here and the barn associated with it. All right, we'll be right back. No more dumps. All right, we're entering the very small little village of Alameda. Season's greetings. I think it's not much more than a little cemetery right here. And this little store. A couple of old houses here. A little party store. And that's it. All right then. Yes, sir. We're out in the country. Out in the country now. I don't know if this is smoke or if this is fog or what in the world this is up here. It might be smudge pots for the fruit over here. You can see all the blueberries, but no, this is just a common burning barrel, or a common burning pile right there. Leaves and stuff. All right, thought it might have been a big smudge pot because it is 30 degrees out. Nope, not this time. Real swampy through here. Of course, telltale sign is the blueberry marshes, fields. Appears to be some more berries coming up right here on the right. And then it gets a little higher and hillier, and they plant them down here in the lowland. All right, pretty cool place there. Silo, barn, and other things made into the home. We're about to make it onto M43. See you in a minute. Well, folks, I got thinking there a second as I was on M43 for about 2.5 miles. I think we're gonna stick to the back roads getting over to South Haven. I'll make a part 2 coming up here of the pier itself when we get closer to South Haven. But the ride on the back roads I'm gonna take, I think you'll enjoy. We'll be right back as we arrive in Goebels. George Goebel? No, Goebels. You mean the beer? Knock it off. I'll be right back. Here's that little famous watering hole I keep getting the name mixed up on. It's Shag Nasty's. Okay, here's a sweet little Baptist church. Of course, it's been renovated over the years and there's been an addition. But it is associated with, as you can see right here, a cemetery. An old cemetery. Okay, we're going to talk about this just a second. Be right back. And there's the church and the cemetery. As you can see right there, this is the Covey Hill Baptist Church. Now, a second ago, I used the term cemetery. All right, that's improper. anytime that you have the graves buried on or right next to the church, or buried on the property of the church, okay, right next to it, like you've seen right there, the old place here on the left. Wow. Those are known as a graveyard. That's a graveyard. Okay? If there is a cemetery stands alone, and there may be a little chapel, you know, an internment chapel or something, then yes, that's a cemetery. Okay? I learned up north in the UP where they have the Native American burial grounds. Those are burial grounds when you deal with Native Americans. Some call them cemeteries. Some might, you know, just generically call them that, or a graveyard. But in reality, those are burial grounds. So you just got to see a real graveyard. There's not too many of them that I know of in this area, southwestern Michigan. I only know of 3, and that's one of them. Okay, we're about to enter Goebel's Christmas tree farm right over here. Famous Wamhoff Farms. They ship their Christmas trees all over the United States. Wamhoff Farms. And you go around it in the fall, at Christmas time I should say, the different parking lots in front of stores, and they have the Christmas tree sales areas set up. They're generally all Wamhoff trees from around here. Yep. Alright, be right back. This is a cemetery. You know how I like the architecture? We're entering Goebel's right now. Can't really beat this. An old Victorian with a trailer in the backyard. Alright then. Welcome to Goebel's. I haven't been through here as I can remember in years. You can see the big water tower up here. Looks like they have a tiger on there. It must be the Goebel's Tigers or something like that. Don't quote me on that. I love the old architecture. Again, these downtown, older downtown places. This place right here is just beautiful, right? The old stations, 1913. That was a train station, the train depot right there. Completely made of cement blocks. Some of these homes, the business over here in the corner, completely made of old patterned cement block. Beer is here. We're gonna go down here and see something else. I'll be right back. It's always good to get off the beaten trail inside these small towns and see what had been built here. Now I'm going to be in the sun just a little bit, but I'm going to cut her right out.